Guess she's gone and not coming back. Told you not to cross that mean old river. Told you not to go any further. That angry drought unloads a quiver. Nothing I can do but sit and shiver. Done told you once, gotta have some sense. Come back to tower, fight with your friends. Fight under tower, don't you understand? Fight under tower, if you want to win. Told you not to cross that mean old river. Told you not to go any further. That angry drought unloads a quiver. Nothing I can do but sit and shiver. Fight under tower if you want a chance. Fight under tower if you want to win. Fight under tower. This is Roland from Defense of the Patients, a Dota 2 podcast. We'd like to thank you for listening, and we hope you're enjoying our content. If you are, tell a friend. Find .p on defenseofthepatients.com or go to iTunes to download the show and leave a comment. We will read the best on the show. Also, you can go to Facebook and give us a like. Sincerely, from everybody here on the show, thank you for listening to .p.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Defense of the Patients. I'm your host Cyphus, sitting here with my co-host Roland and special guest, Mrcz.
Yo, 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 yo.
It's about fucking time we got you on this show.
What's happening?
I mean, Eric, everybody that probably listens to this has heard us reference the great
one
Eric,
and only.
The one and only.
Easy Mrcz.
Okay, first question I've got for you, Eric. How did you hear it in your mind, Easy Mrcz? How do you pronounce it?
So Easy Mrcz is what it started out as.
Easy Mrcz. Easy Mrcz.
Yeah, it was a first person shooter name for when I started playing Call of Duty on my Xbox way back when, and here we are.
And do you mind us using it as Easy Mrcz or Easy Mrcz?
You can say whatever. I don't give a shit.
I think it sounds badass, dude. I wish I could have come up with an ID like Easy Mrcz.
Yeah, anytime
Eventually people just drop back onto Easy, but I mean, it's my last name. You take the vowels out of it, I'm Easy. Mrcz is my last name with no vowels, so here we are. Game on. The baddest name on the internet. Follow me on Twitter at EasyMrcz.
Yeah, yep, that's right.
At Easy Mrcz.
That's right. So, and if you want to find us on Twitter, we're at .p_show. You can also find us at defenseofthepatients.com, on iTunes by searching for Defense of the Patients, where you can leave us a nice review, and also Facebook.
Yeah, you can go to Facebook. But most importantly, we've been getting a lot of requests lately, which is so awesome, for people to want to find other people to play with. And they're using .p as an outlet for that, and it's really, really awesome. And I want to encourage everyone that's listening to this. We do have a great community of players ranging in skill, from 1K to 4K in our guild, that are constantly looking for party. Eric Mrcz, or Easy Mrcz, Easy Mrcz, or Easy Mrcz, like I like to say.
Yeah, that's my favorite as well.
Is our guild leader. He handles basically all of the administrative tasks.
Yeah,
within it.
Roland and I take absolutely no credit for the guild.
All we did was make ourselves a leader in order to make Eric a leader in the guild, and then was like, here you go,
and
let's
upload some logos.
Yeah, and we uploaded some logos.
I think that.
And so, first and foremost, a big thank you to Eric on air. Thank you, Eric, for doing all you do for .p. Without you, dude, we wouldn't be here. So we're really happy to have you.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
And
And to anybody that's playing in the guild, these guys are in there all the time. So if you want to play with two famous celebrities with a podcast on the internet, just shoot them an invite, and if they're looking to play, they'll play with you. But don't
absolutely.
be upset if they don't join you, because they're probably full partied and they got a lot going on. But
oh,
they
you make
do
us sound
play.
like
So
we're not like it's not like that.
No, we
It
have
is.
they're
lately
pretty
we have.
famous. There's a lot of people in line, so just get in line, get your ticket, stand in line, wait for them to call your number. and
Oh,
you
it's
can
not
join.
like that. No, I just had somebody add me today. And said, "Hey, you want to play a game later?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got 2 podcasts to record, but yeah, I'll play a game with you later if I'm on." And it's like he's like, "All right, I'll message you." And I was like, "Badass, dude!" Like that is so awesome that people like listen to the show and they're like, "Hey, I like that dude that I listen to. I'd probably like to play Dota with him." And now I'm glad we have a voice to your name. And that's what we needed.
Yeah, so folks know
folks
know you now.
Yeah, so now folks can be like, "Oh, I want to play with Mrcz because he's not a douchebag like those .p too." But now
Yes, I'm way less douchier than you guys. That is for sure.
That's definitely for sure. So we started out as the .p3, Wazoo, Cyphus, and me, Roland, and now we are once again the .p3. Mrcz, or Easy Marks, the lamer way of saying it, Roland, and Cyphus. So we wanted to bring Eric on to give his state of affairs.
Yeah, that's right. You kick us off this week.
Yes.
Okay, my state of affairs is right where you need it to be if you're looking to start playing Dota with somebody who's played it for a long time but still sucks. My solo MMR is at 1720, and my party MMR is skyrocketing towards 2K. I'm currently at 1875.
What?
Wow.
That's because we only win when we play. Every time we play, we win.
We had a good. We had a 3-game win streak today that went really well.
Oh yeah, that KY 2010K.
Yeah.
I think he's in our guild, right? He is in our guild.
Oh, yep.
We played with him a couple of times. He hit me up like 10 minutes ago, and he said, "I bet you're gonna talk about gyrocopter, huh?"
Yeah, me and him were spectating your guys' game while you were playing.
Dude, that was
critiquing while you were
awesome.
playing. It was pretty fun. It was a good game. You guys went the distance.
But before I talk about gyrocopter, talk about what you're playing lately, Eric.
Well, I've been playing with you through my all hero, so that's been fun. We've been just trying every different hero, but I'd like to fall back on the Venge every now and again. That's a fun one. With the contract that's been going on, I've been doing a lot of PA, so that's been cool.
Oh,
PA's
cool.
been fun to play.
Yeah.
It usually goes really good or really bad, but when it goes really good, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Remember when you were on Darkseer?
Yeah.
And we played those two. What was I on again? Do you remember?
It was either crack or heroin, but it was something hard.
Oh, I can't remember. We had like the most ridiculous combo of all hero. Like,
Was it Lich?
No,
Was that
it
your
was
Lich
something.
man?
It was something
It was-
tanky because it was
Oh,
ion shelling you to get you in. That was the whole idea behind it, was to put
yeah.
that shell on you. But I can't. We've had
Oh,
some
Troll
we've messed
Warlord.
around with some good combos.
It was Troll Warlord and Darkseer. And
And
it was
Mrcz was pretty good today.
Oh, Mrcz fucking was awesome today. Yeah, but so Eric and I have, and I think we've inspired others. We've been doing
I'm seeing a lot of talk about how everybody's like, all right, I'm gonna do. I started the all hero today.
Oh, it's so much fun. Yeah, you passed Elder
Yeah.
Titan. Congratulations to Cyphus.
Yeah, Elder
Oh,
Titan.
that's what I was
He
just gonna
passed
say.
Elder Titan. Yeah,
I
that's-
forgot that was Cyphus. I was about to bring up the guy that said he was never going to do it because it was Elder Titan.
He won. He squashed, but that's because
Yeah.
the Pudge left. Maybe out of rage. Maybe
Yeah, no,
out
the
of
Pudge did leave out of rage. We were turning the tide of that battle hard, and it was going our way pretty well.
Hey, when it comes to the all hero challenge, I gotta say, like, who gives a fuck if 3 people drop out and you get the win? Like, onward and upward, who
Yeah.
cares?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not in it to learn anything. Okay, I'm in it to get the trophy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go, yeah. There's a lot of heroes.
Yeah. Right now I'm 11.65 under average, and I'm 30.
That's really good,
I'm
dude.
30 heroes in, and I'm 11.65 heroes under.
Who do you
average.
think will hold you up?
So what I have coming up, I have Lifestealer coming up next. Right now I am on Slardar, and I just did Gyrocopter, which yes, I am going to talk about Gyrocopter. That was so much fun. I didn't know he got reworked, his E, where it attacks everything up to 6 targets when it's maxed out. So I turned that on. I turned Rocket Barrage, I think is what it's called. It's his Q.
And just run into creep waves, and just literally, even before I got my Daedalus and my Manta, I just ate up creep waves. And I got out of hand that game. And I Bruce Willis turned on, and I died like too many times because Bruce Willis did turn on, and I was like, I can take the whole team and then some. And no, they would just like disable me, and I'd die. But it was a great game. I passed another All Hero earlier today. What 3 did you pass, Eric?
I haven't. When we played our games today, I wasn't playing my All Heroes. I was just picking around you guys. And around the other team. So I'm sitting on Brewmaster right now, and we didn't have any opportunity to take Brew, so I didn't do it. But
I'll let you borrow my Aghanim Scepter, dude. You let me borrow your helmet for Axe. I'll let you borrow my Aghanim Scepter for Brew for that game.
You know I have that.
Really?
It's the second I... Fucking A, dude.
Do you want to borrow mine anyway? Even though you have one?
I'll take 2. I don't care.
I'll take 2.
That would be super scary walking out of there with 2 of those things.
It would. Okay, so my MMR, I am 1974.
Nice.
In party. And that's... Yeah, I'm
2K right there.
One good game could get me to 2K.
Is that happening today? Are you going to 2K today?
I'm playing more today. Yes, of course, dude. I have a 4-pack of Red Bull right here. I can even like ding a bottle. I have a 4-pack of Red Bull right here, and I'm ready to All Hero.
Oh dear Lord.
There's a woman on Twitter that has been getting. She wrote a review for us that we're gonna read later this show. She seems really, really nice. I'm just gonna read her Twitter thing, but I lied to her, and I'll tell you what I did. She
you lied to her.
I lied to her. Yeah, she said. I want to find the tweet. Fuck, hold on. Sorry. I'm going to find this tweet. And she said, like, the nicest thing. Okay, this is what she said. Here's the conversation. She said, DotP Roland, it's so cool that you want to learn heroes by randoming solo matches, but why don't you random in unranked to be polite to your teammates? And I lied and I said, I'm always very polite when I play my all hero. And then I said, I have started playing normal matches because I played one normal match. I thought maybe
normal. I played Elder Titan in normal.
Yeah, I did play.
Responsibly.
I played Mrcz my first game in normal responsibly because I knew I wasn't good with Mrcz.
Sure.
I just got lucky that game with those arrows, dude. It was like I was bending arrows just like I bend my hooks. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Dude, you were 17-2.
I know, it was awesome, dude. It
Dominated.
I think it has a lot to do with my StarCraft time. With like Ice Wall, Arrow, and Hook. They're all very similar. Jakiro's Ice Wall. They all feel very like you have to get the kinetic right. Like you have to be able to judge right. And I felt like StarCraft taught me a lot of that.
Sure.
With siege tank control especially, where you'd have to like you wouldn't necessarily anticipate, but you would aim in certain places. Anyway, it transferred over, and I guess I was hitting some arrows, but like I still need to get better with pounce and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we were playing an easy team. Like, sorry, that was easy. We won in like 19 minutes.
Yeah, that was one of the fastest games ever.
Yeah, we just
because we're so fucking good. You guys look at it the wrong way.
Okay, what's yours? What's yours?
So I'm sitting at 1767 on my party, and then 1192 on my solo.
Oh, and I'm in the 1100s in my solo. Yeah. I don't know if I gave that, but like, yeah, I still.
And I haven't played in almost a week on the solo.
Yeah, I haven't played any solo lately. And by the way, I meant to give her Twitter handle out.
So interesting statistic while you're looking for that.
Yeah, sure.
At least of my last 20 games, I've won 14.
Oh, nice. Really?
Yeah,
nice.
Feeling good.
I don't have it loaded up, or else I'd say. But it's her name is at HATAKEMAARA. Anyway,
you're not even gonna give that a shot.
Nope, not even gonna give it a shot. I'm not. It sounds Hawaiian, honestly. The way it's spelled looks Hawaiian. It reminds me of Hakuna Matata. I will say that, like Hakuna Matata means no word.
Oh dear Lord.
Okay. Anyway, give yourself. Give yourself.
No, that's it. Well, I mean, I guess so. Heroes.
Who are you playing? Yeah, because it's exciting. We were talking about this earlier. The 3 carries that Cyphus started playing.
Today I played Zeus, Elder Titan, Silencer, Sniper, and Wraith King.
Okay, so yeah, all carries. We won all those games.
Elder Titan. Okay, Eric, what do you think Elder Titan is? Do you think he's a carry? Because I don't.
Well, when I see people that are good with him play, he does an insane amount of damage. But when I play with him, no, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
That's
he's
maybe
tough.
that's how it is for me.
He's got a lot of AOE stun. If you can get that dude with the globe out there and do a max stun,
Yeah, wait, the max channel stun. Yeah, I put him in the same category that I put Earth Spirit in. Don't give a fuck about those two heroes. You know what I mean? Maybe one day when I'm better, but right now I can't even. Like Meepo's on the horizon for me. Meepo's hard. Like I'm thinking about playing Meepo again.
Sure. Well, you'll have to at some point, right?
Yeah, I will have to. But I want to get a couple practice games in for when I hit that all hero on Meepo, so I can just get it in one try. Because I bet the average is pretty low on Meepo. Because he's hard to play.
You think the average is low, or you think the average is high?
right?
Average is high. Yeah,
Yeah,
I bet it's like 2.5, the average for Meepo.
I wish we could look.
I wish you could look. Anybody out there who has Meepo as their current all hero, what is his average? But yeah, I'm happy about it. It's been fun. It's been cool to have you on board with me the whole time, Eric. Doing some all hero, dude. Crushing face.
Cool. It's a good time.
It is a really good time.
We can play. Well, if you weren't so stuck in ranked, we could play normal and do the PA contract, and everyone else can all hero and
try and win sets and try and like farm out some G's.
I got 2 sets today.
Nuh-uh. You won.
You win sets?
What?
Yes.
Just random sets?
I got a 6 fen set.
No way.
Is that one?
We denied a contract. The other team had a PA. We had a Bloodseeker. The Bloodseeker killed the PA. Everybody on our team got a Sven set.
Oh, that's so badass that they're doing that.
That would be a great way to do that. If you want to do that with your all hero,
farm some shit.
that sounds great.
Yeah, and that way everything we win, we give away.
Sure.
It makes it fun. It keeps it out of ranked.
Every set that... So you'll support me, finally, the masses out there with your pitchforks. I will get every set away I get in normal matches playing my all hero from denying contracts.
All right.
Are we down to make this challenge?
I'd love to see it happen.
Okay, we'll just random number generator. We'll put 1 through whatever in our guild, and if you're in our guild, if you're not in our guild, let's first talk about that.
Yeah.
You need to be.
If you're not
It's
in
a
the
great
guild,
place to connect.
hit up
What the
easy.
fuck's your problem?
Eric, will you tell people where to go, what to do, and how to get in? Because I don't know shit about it, really.
Absolutely. If you want to get with a good group of people that are all like these 2 dudes that you hear talking twice a week about Dota 2, everybody in the guild has a very similar attitude and a very similar notion to the game, and they do range in skill from horrible like me to really good like Gorgon the Wonder Cow. We've got Toffees in there. We've got these 2 holding up the top. So there's a lot of good players in there with a lot of good skill.
And by holding up the top, you mean like holding them back. Like
the top of the list. I mean, you guys are leading the charge, so don't belittle your contribution to the cause because you're creating a place for everybody to get together. So appreciate that as well. But anyways, hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Steam. I'm at EasyMrcz on Twitter. You can get at me on Steam. I'm .p. .ezmrcz. Shoot me a friend request. I will invite you into the guild. We've also got plenty of officers that are out there. So if you're one of the officers listening to the show right now, it is your job to help grow the guild. You know what we're all about, so make sure that you invite people that are with similar interest. We don't hesitate to kick people out that are weird. If any of you saw the trade bot in there, he is no longer a part of the guild.
I asked you, I was like, how do I kick him? And you're like, on it. And he's just like...
It's moderated. We pretty much don't put up with anything that you don't want to be a part of on the internet.
So we defend your patience.
Place to play.
Eric is here to defend your patience.
Easy. Give a shout out to the current officers.
Who are the officers? I would love to know.
Let's get an officer list up. Keep talking about something else while I do that.
And find out how many people are in it. These are things I know we should know.
So I do know this. We have 133 guild members right now, which if you know, we just hit 100 members not that long ago.
I didn't know the 100 mark. When was the 100 mark?
When we did the big giveaway.
Beginning of November, we hit 100.
Oh, okay. Beginning. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've grown pretty quickly then since this started.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we gave away a bunch of sets then. We'll give away a bunch of sets when we hit 200. We're well on our way to that, so that's great. Right now we have 8 officers. And for everybody that's listening to the show right now, I need 2 more officers, and it needs to be 2 people that listen to the show. So if you're interested in becoming an officer in the guild and you want to help recruit, then hit me up, and I will consider whether or not you're cool enough and make a decision. And you will become an officer. Right now, we've got some. You want this officer list right now?
Sure, yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, officers in the guild right now are the Beast. We've got Soviet Dancing Bear. You guys know him.
Yes,
Kimbrel, he got in because he kicked our
yeah.
ass in 82L.
Kimbrel.
We've got How to Get Better at Dota, 40%. Captain Silver Fox, Atomy, and Haya is holding it down, representing for the ladies.
Nice.
And all of them have recruiting privileges so they can help grow the guild. And again, if you are listening and you want to become an officer, I need 2 more people to make it 10. Let's do it. Hit me up.
Yeah,
it's
we'll,
go time.
we'll be having, speaking of Haya, we'll be having her on the show in the nearish future.
Yeah, we don't know quite when because she's working on a really cool project that I'm not going to tell you about.
Yeah, you got to tune in to find out about that.
yeah.
And, of course, she's playing with the first Panda with the
and they're
Varsity
like 2
women's
games
team.
away from being in the finals of 82L.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing great.
They're kicking ass, dude. We played with the Gorgon, and First Panda last night. What games were you in of those, Eric? I know you played.
I didn't play with you guys. We were playing side by side. Our watches were not synchronized last night.
Oh shit! Oh, that's right. Okay, I was
But
playing.
don't
with
worry, dude. You didn't want to
Fafnir.
be on my wavelength last night.
Did you really stay up all night?
Not all night, but long enough to dig myself out of the hole. I lost a bunch of games, and then I started winning. So I'm on a 6-game win streak right now that I'm going to continue as soon as we call it wraps here.
Yeah, exactly. And we will play some more games. I think I'll get through Slardar really quickly.
Yeah, you've played him before, right?
I've played him 10 times probably, and I have a high win rate with him. When you look at like my hero list, it's not that impressive because you're like, wow, he's only played like 4 here and then 5 here. But I played every hero like I think my lowest is 3 times. I've at least played every hero 3 times.
Wow.
At this point, because I've always loved exploring it, and now I'm starting to get
Every
a mind for it.
hero?
No, without Morphling.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Every
there are
hero
some gaps.
I'm sorry. So you're saying every hero you've played at least 3
Yes,
times.
every hero
Gotcha.
I've played at least 3 times, and it's definitely in the hundreds. It may be probably 105.
Jeez.
I know I just haven't played Morphling. I played him once in bots and was like, this guy's fucking lame. I'll never play him again. Just kind of how I felt about Troll Warlord. But I learned to love Troll Warlord, and then he caught me up. Like, it took me 6 games to get Troll Warlord on the all hero, and I just begun to hate him. I think he's a shitty hero. If Valve's listening, take him off. I mean, just get rid of him.
Yep, no, Roland's done with him. He washes his hands of Troll Warlord, and you should too.
After 6 games of agonizing over my all hero, and it was because of bad play on my part, definitely, and me diving because I thought my axes would whirl faster or something like that. Anyway, yeah, it was a bad time with him.
All right. Well, we should take a quick break. We need to do a commercial, and then when we come back, Easy will be leaving us.
He will, but he's got, as you heard him, I mean, he's got all this work he's doing.
Yeah, he's got to go, and he's got to go continue that win streak, right?
And I mean,
I've got some crazy guild duties coming up. Like, you guys are slave drivers. You don't even want to know what they're making.
You
me
wouldn't
do,
want
you
us to
guys.
pull out the
This
whip,
is
would you,
crazy.
Eric? We've pulled it
Would
out
I?
before.
Oh, and wait, before you go though.
Oh yeah, let's talk about our tournament that we're gonna go to.
You're going to be with us down in
for
Las
your birthday.
Vegas.
When is your birthday, Eric?
My birthday's the end of January on the 28th.
Oh, it's the
If you
end.
want to send any gifts, you can send them to me to Steam. Just do a trade request and give me an awesome sword or an axe or something. I accept all items.
At least $50 in value, though.
Yeah, at least they have to be minimum $50.
I mean,
you can't just
Steam
waste
wallet
time.
is open for you to deposit in freely.
So we're gonna go down. It's in celebration of your birthday. It just happens to be that it's the Dota 2 American League.
Yes. No, it's just Dota 2 League. It's Dota 2 League.
Okay. And there's going to be some awesome teams there that I don't know about, but Gorgon will probably be able to help us with that. Another reveal is Gorgon is going to start doing a section on our show, and you will hear about this later. Eric, we love you. The community loves you. I don't know how anybody could dislike you. Thank you for talking with us for like 20 minutes, and I'm finally glad people got to hear your sweet Californian voice.
Oh
so
man,
sweet.
that's California for you. And weird way to say goodbye, but I appreciate it. That's awesome.
All right. Well, we'll be right back after this message.
The AD2L Destruction Weekend is a free for your pockets, fun for your fingers community event on December 10th. This one weekend tournament is also one of a kind. Open registration, one-day bracket with a $50 prize. A place you will see all random deathmatch mode cast by some of North American Dota's best community names. Be sure to check out this wonderful event, December 10th. This has been brought to you by Defense of the Patients.
And we're back. But only kind of, because right now you get to hear the very first What's Going On with Gorgon.
Well, let's talk about it for a second. I know you were just about to introduce it, and we usually would have just cut it right
God
there.
Damn it, Roland.
But let's talk about it a little bit. So
I think didn't we explain it in the segment?
we do explain it in the segment. But I want to talk about like the story, because I don't think we got. Me and Gorgon were talking last night, and like I want to give a shout out to Gorgon, even though he's about to come on our show.
Yeah.
In the fact that he was our first guest. He sought us out on Twitter. He left our first comment on iTunes. He has been a huge support to us. And,
yeah, definitely.
And we want to thank him, and we want all of you to know that we are absolutely elated to have him come on once a week and give you that pro-centric news that maybe you want to get, but
and you can't get from us.
You can't get it from us.
No,
yeah.
we don't know shit.
No, we don't know shit, and that's why we're bringing on somebody who knows their shit.
Right, and for those of you who don't enjoy pro-centric news, well, this segment's like 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes. And we're going to keep it at about 10-15 minutes of just what's going on in the world of Dota.
And if you don't know, get a quick dose. I mean, it's a cool community, and you might as well know what everybody's doing. And
exactly.
At some point, you'll probably want to get involved in all of that.
And if you're listening to this episode, chances are you probably listened to an episode with Gorgon. We've had him on twice as a guest, and we realized talking with him that he does know a lot, and playing with him, it's obvious, and he pays attention to what's going on in the pro scene. He went to ESL1 for interviews.
Yeah. Oh, and expect to see him. I think what will be interesting to those who are like not as concerned with pro news is that he's going to be getting into like what the meta is.
Yes.
Periodically,
it's going to be like a quick 10-minute what's going on in the world of Dota. Content, if it's content, if it's meta, if it's a tournament that was just won.
Yeah. So not even just pro-centric is probably a good way to explain it.
It's just it's Dota news.
Yeah.
Dota news with Gorgon. So now I'm gonna steal it from you.
All right, go for it. You bastard.
Let's hear our first episode of What's Going On with Gorgon.
What's going on with Gorgon? What's going on with Gorgon? What's going on in Dota 2?
And welcome to the very first What's Going On with Gorgon. Gorgon's going to tell us basically what's going on in Dota 2, in the community, with the game, with the client, all that good stuff. And you can find him on Twitter to see what games he's casting, what he's up to over at High Ground TV, all that good stuff by following him at GotCowDota. So Gorgon, why don't you kick us off? Tell us what's happening.
All right, guys. Well, just a brief catch-up as to what's going on with Pro Dota. The big news right now is, of course, DreamHack just ended. DreamHack is a Jai Esports event. It's really like the international of CSGO is how people say it. But it also has a big Dota component, and that is going to be taken by, spoiler alert, EG from the US did take that finals 3-1 over Cloud9, who are always the bridesmaid and never the bride. Cloud9 constantly are coming up to just the edge of victory and then falling just at the finish line. You got to feel a little bit bad for them. A lot of the biggest throws of the year, in fact. All right, taking a look at some more of the Amateur Dota League news. We do have the AD2L Season 5 getting ready to wrap up here pretty soon. Both the divisions are closing in for the main division, which is that $110 prize pool, that sweet invitational. We've got Hot Hands Handswarmers getting into the quarterfinals along with Team Ketzel, No Fear Dota, Spartan X, and the Better Justice League, which is a remake of the team, the Justice League, that used to make the rounds around this area of the North American Dota scene. And that is for the NA, North American Dota, Amateur Dota 2 League. We have a couple of matches that have yet to come in. I expect to see America's Finest Dota players get in there as well, up against No Fear Dota. And most likely, Voltiz 5 coming in against Team Ketzel, but those are still matches up in the air. For the North American, more amateur Dota League, that $55 bracket, we do have Here Comes the Cobra versus the Bravest Birds coming up on December 4th at 9 p.m. Don't Push versus Trial and Error, once again, December 4th at 9 p.m. Extinction Reborn versus Nine Arms. And the Yabba Dabba Dunes against Vasavi Ecclesiasuse, which is my girlfriend's team. You would expect that I could say that a little bit better. Yeah, they're doing very well, and obviously I'm biased.
So and Panda is the captain.
Panda is the captain. Yeah.
Is she improving as a captain? I mean, you live with her. Is she getting better at what she's doing?
So much better. It's night and day when she started captaining, and like she used to always ask me for advice and stuff with her drafts, and with I used to sit in and coach them a little bit. I don't do any of that stuff anymore. She does it all on her own. She does it really, really well. She knows her players very well. She watches her replays. She looks at her meta guides. She's watching trends, and I suspect that a lot of the captains that are doing well in that Season 5 AD2L are doing a lot of the same stuff that she is, but she's putting her heart and soul into it, and it really, really shows.
So Gorgon,
she's improved tremendously.
I'm sure you've watched her games. What does Vasavi need to do to win?
They just need to be very aware of their weaknesses.
What are their weaknesses? What are their weaknesses?
Well, so for their farming carry position, a lot of times they don't farm quite well enough. They do a really good job of harassing out the lane. They are exploitable in the fact that they don't have the mechanical grabbing of the creeps that they really need to in terms of grabbing that. The awareness is not always there, and their communication sometimes falls apart if they start to fall behind. So I guess any team looking to push them under, from my experience watching them, if I were going to go against them, I would say try to get an early game team and frazzle them. As they do have a tendency to get momentum and play very well, but if they start to fall behind, it can be a bit of a communication issue for them.
Wonderful. And what do other teams have over Vasavi? Like what are these teams going to do? Or do they have higher MMR ranked players? What's going to happen? Do you think Vasavi's a shoe-in for the finals, or is it going to be hard work?
Well, there's still going to be probably about 16, I think, teams that are still vying for that final spot. We're just now getting into the 8th finals for this bracket. So there are a lot of teams that are here that I don't even have very much exposure to. I would say that some of the teams that I have seen, such as the Bravest Birds, I have seen a little bit of. Extinction Reborn, I've seen a little bit of. Some of these teams are doing very well for this play bracket, and it is going to be some tough competition. But I don't necessarily know all of these players and teams that well because it is the lower open non-invitational bracket of the AD2L, so it's not my priority to watch every single time.
Sure. Well, tell her we wish her the best of luck.
Yeah,
I will most certainly do so. And I'm sure the entire DotP crowd is rooting as well for the Vasavi Easy ladies.
What else is going on with Gorgon?
Well, I am right now working on the end of the year awards for Join Dota, working with Mrcz, whom you also know, the editor-in-chief there, trying to put together
him?
just...
Do we know Mally?
I feel like you know him. I feel like maybe you talked to him once or twice.
I don't recognize that name, but sorry, continue.
Yeah, so he and I and some of the other writers are working on end of the year awards, just kind of going over some stats and plays and opinions about the last year in Dota and sort of who and which teams and which games are really stand out for the year in certain categories. So we've got like a rookie of the year or a new player of the year thing that I'm working on tonight. We have, of course, things like team of the year. I mentioned throws of the year earlier, and I had been doing some research on what the worst impacting throws of the year were.
Can I give you a chance? Yeah, I think we know.
I think we are probably candidates for the worst throws.
Yeah,
I will make sure to nominate you guys because that is going to be on Join Dota, a community effort. We've decided we're not going to actually decide the throw of the year. We're going to let people vote instead. That seems a little for something as sort of laced with opinion as that. We've decided we'll go ahead and look for some suggestions from the community. But I did do quite a bit of research, and I can say that Cloud9 has a lot of painful losses over this year, so you got to feel for them.
What's happened? What are their painful losses? What did they do wrong in these games? Why should I feel for them?
There are a couple games where they had huge leads. We're talking 97% or more expected win rate based on the point in the game that they were with the amount of lead that they had, where they lost and it ended up costing them a tournament.
Wait, how many games like that have they had?
They have at least 2 that I came up with that were literally they lost placement in a tournament because of it. But they have a couple others that arguably they may have lost. For example, in Dream League Season 1 against Alliance in Game 3 of their best of 5, The Cloud9 went up. They had a 97% win expectancy based on their gold lead at 45 minutes.
How high was it? Like over 10,000?
Oh, yeah. It was... They were pushing a 10,000 gold lead.
Okay.
And they were past a 15,000 gold lead at 48 minutes.
Oh, wow.
They lost in a matter of minutes. Alliance took a team wipe outside of their base while down 10,000 gold and 15,000 experience. They take a team wipe because there is a Ravage that nicks in IO just before he manages to get out. And everybody engages. And off of that one fight, all 6 racks drop. All the towers in the base drop. And every building in the base drops, with the exception of 5.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I mean, we're talking big throw situation, like one team fight. And it was one team fight off of a happenstance, very nice edge of play Ravage.
So he
cost them a game in the
MVP.
Finals for Dream
my
League Season
gosh.
1.
So I heard I watched these videos on YouTube of like tours of the homes for the different teams, like EG's layer and whatnot. And I'm pretty sure I watched Cloud9, and I'm pretty sure, if my memory serves me well, which it doesn't, that they work like harder than most teams. That they are very vigorous with their play. Is this am I and so it's got to be so frustrating to be so far ahead, practicing so much. I know they have a home in California, don't they?
I think so. I'm not actually 100% sure where they're based, because I know they are an international team. Like, I've never obviously been to their boot camp home or whatever.
Yeah.
But I do know that they
work
hard.
hard.
They play a lot. They've got a very big reputation in the community as being a hard-working team. They are one of the best teams in the world. I mean, they are top 10 in terms of best teams in the world, but they barely ever win anything. They get in the money in almost every single event they play. In fact, they might have been in the money in 100% of events this year. I can check on that real quick. But they do absolutely amazingly, but they never bring home the gold, or very rarely bring home the gold. And that does have to be frustrating for a team. They get a lot of limelight, though.
Yes, and yes, they do, and it was cool to see.
Well, and rightfully so if they're making it that far. I mean, you know,
if you get in the money every time, you don't have to win the main event of poker.
Yeah, exactly.
If you get in the money every single time.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. I don't care if I finish in the money.
Yeah.
Get me to the final table, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, I'll go out in 8th. I'll go out in 7th. You know what
I'll
I mean?
take 9th.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a joke only poker players are going to understand.
Yeah, that is. Gorgon, thank you for letting us know what's going on with you and in the Dota 2 community. We will have you back on in a week. Also, real quick, tell us about this tournament that's coming up.
Oh, yeah, guys. So if you are a community player and you want to play in the tournament, and you're thinking maybe I'd like to pick up a little bit of money or just have a little bit of fun, we are in the AD2L hosting a tournament, which is co-sponsored by AD2L and myself. It's going to be a $50 prize pool, free-to-play tournament with AD2L. It is going to be all random deathmatch, and it is going to be casted by some of the big names in North American Dota, including Sir Action Slacks, Nahas, Toffees of Coffee with Toffees, and myself. We are looking for registering teams on Amateur Dota 2 League. That's Amateur Dota 2, numeral 2, the number, league.com. And you can just go there and register. It's absolutely free.
Awesome. Well,
That's going to be the second weekend in December. I guess I should say the day.
And
the second Saturday in December.
Yes.
We'll be waiting and watching.
Yes, we will.
So if you guys want to find more of Gorgon, you just go to @GotCowDota on Twitter. You can also find him at highground.tv. And any place else you want to plug real quick?
SIVO Season 6 is going to be starting very soon here, and that's another one of these really well-established community tournaments that have both an open division and an invitational division. We've got a lot of really good teams coming in this year for this season for the invitational, so make sure you guys stop by twitch.tv/PlaySIVO1 for all your Dota action there as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Gorgon.
Absolutely.
Hi, this is Cyphus from Defense of the Patients, a Dota 2 podcast. We'd like to thank you for listening, and we hope you're enjoying the content we're providing. If so, go to iTunes and leave us a review. You can also find us on defenseofthepatients.com and now on YouTube with some video content. If you'd like to reach the show, you can now give us a call and leave us a voicemail. Our phone number is 888-410-7150. 888-410-7150. We'll play the best messages on the show. Thanks for listening to DotP every Monday and Thursday. And we're back. So, here's what I wanted to talk about. I know we're just
Wow,
like
you
diving.
didn't-
I know
you
we're just
didn't
diving right back into it.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey guys, we're back.
Yeah. What's up?
So I wanted to readdress a point that you had brought up much earlier.
Probably really profound.
Not well, sure.
Ah,
sure.
got
if
you.
you want to feel
Do you
that
want
way.
to tell them about the epitome of art story?
Oh no, I
Okay.
don't. And never do I want to tell people about the time I heard you be called the epitome of art.
The epitome of art.
I've never like that. I didn't realize gag reflexes could be that strong.
Okay.
Oh, hideous.
But I was a grandpa, but I was like, huh?
No, my point is actually about Dota. Yeah. So you used to criticize me for not playing a lot of heroes. You didn't feel like that was a good way to learn the game, right?
My problem was you were just so obsessed with like 3, and it's like, that's awesome. You know those 3 really well, and if we're ever in a situation, you can play those 3.
Sure.
But there are 109 tools in Dota, and you only have 3. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And that was my complaint.
But my
basically.
argument always was, I intended to master heroes and move along.
Sure. You're doing a lot more of not mastering and moving along. You're jumping around between. You haven't mastered Wraith King. You haven't mastered Silencer.
No, but
you have
but
a good understanding of Silencer
Sure.
and Wraith King, but we haven't mastered any hero. Let's put it that way. We're not even anywhere close to mastering any hero.
I'm 7 and I mean, I realize this is not a great statistic, but I'm 7-3 with Wraith so far.
7
So
and
far.
fucking 3?
Yeah, so
Holy
far,
shit!
yeah,
Get the
yeah.
fuck out of here, dude. You should go
Thanks.
pro.
I know.
7 and 3. Like there are people out there that are like, oh, I'm like 89 and
I'm gonna
4.
see who Gorgon can put me in touch with, you know, and start shopping around my contract.
No. Yeah, you played 3 different carries today,
No, that's
and
right.
we won all 3 games.
Yes, we did.
I played Treant, one of them. You played Silencer that game. I remember healing your Silencer off in
Yeah.
your Silencer safe lane.
Still think it was a bad
me-
idea for me to have stayed
Yeah.
in that top lane against
Exactly.
that Centaur with
Then,
Silencer.
then you got past Sniper, which that game was a little harder for you, but you still were impactful in the game.
It felt like I had a weird because early game I was really harassing the fuck out of that Drow.
Yeah.
I was mid. I was our mid, V Drow mid.
Which is a hard mid to go against, in my opinion.
Early
A
on,
good Drow is a hard
yeah,
mid.
sure, but early. Well, no, not early, because early my range outdoes her drastically. I mean, I was pushing her out of that lane quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Her efficacy when she started to skyrocket and become a problem
Level
for
6.
the team was when she hit level 6 and she started roaming as well, which was well after I had hit level 6 and had already come up to the hard lane to help gank a couple
Then
of times.
she just kind of farmed out of control, and I was playing Bounty Hunter, and if I could get to her, I could kill her, but the hard thing was getting to her, so... Because she was sitting on a gem in a Monkey King bar, and it was like, if I could just get in her face, hit her with a shuriken, and like backstab her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was dead in like 3 hits, but it was just getting to her, and
Yeah.
that was the problem that we experienced.
Well, and that was the thing I realized with her is I kept I had to anytime I was up against her alone, even in that late game after she was giving us hell, with Sniper's range and Sniper's mini bash, which is far better than what she gets from the MKB.
I wonder how much better.
Oh, it's
Don't look at whatever. It's
You know.
there's similar skills, but yeah, I wonder.
I'm fairly certain that as Sniper, I'm getting those mini bashes faster than or more frequently than she is statistically. I guarantee because I can level that skill up to 4th level.
And it does seem more frequent. with
I'm
Sniper.
imagining-
it does
yeah.
seem more frequent. It would be kind of cheap to give somebody like Sniper's 4th level ability.
Yeah, like you're
in
gonna
an
give
item.
an item. You're gonna give
Yeah.
a 4th level ability. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think. But that's another cool thing. I'm just side tangent, like just me like thinking here. Don't you think it's awesome how the developer of this game has heroes with these awesome and unique abilities, like Hex, for instance. We'll just choose Hex and Scythe of Ice.
Sure.
And then if you do well enough, you can acquire that ability, but not as good.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. And you have Shiva's Guard and Ancient Apparition stuff, or Crystal Maiden, I guess you could compare it to.
Yeah.
You have, a ton of things. You have Consume, which similar to a Midas, I guess, the most similar thing to a Midas. And the Consume from
Yeah,
Doom.
yeah.
And
and similar, almost in a weird way, similar to Lich's.
but he doesn't
ability.
get the gold for it.
But arguably, he gets something else
gets
that's
the
valuable.
experience,
And the mana.
Yeah. and the mana. Yeah, sure. But that's I'm talking, and it's just cool that like
How do you equate gold to mana? You know what I mean?
it's 0.04 for every 1 intelligence, so 0.4 for 1,000 gold is what per second regeneration for 1,000 gold is what I equate mana to gold. And
I don't think I follow you there.
0.04 mana is 1 intelligence. A staff of wizardry applies 10 intelligence. I for 1,000 gold.
Well, how about
could
we
get 0.4 mana?
How about we look at the amount of mana that a clarity affords you for 50 gold?
But that is a stagnant pool of mana. The staff of wizardry is a tributary that yes, less water comes through it, but water is constantly coming through it. And that's my side tangent. I think it's cool.
Sure. No.
And I'm starting to notice it more. And like, of course, I noticed it. Don't get me wrong. Like, that's just like this dude's ability.
To get back to my point, which was already a derailment.
Oh, okay.
So with his mini bash versus her mini bash. Drought.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there was any reason for me to run when it was just her, but when that centaur was around, when he was able to get in,
his hoof stomps, I feel like is like, unless he's a really skilled centaur with a blink dagger, his hoof stomp is really hard to hit. Because it's just so obvious. Just like Leshrac stun, where it's like, dude, what are you doing climbing up in the air like that? Like, I know you're about to stun me, and I'm just going to run away. And that's why when you land that Leshrac ult, or, the alternative. Anyway, finish your point. Sorry.
No,
I'm just
anyway.
further derailing.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
We're in like the 4th level of Inception right now. It's like
it's bad.
Dreams and dreams and dreams. Yeah.
Anyway, there was no reason for me to run from her. Like, I was never struggling. I realized she was wrecking the rest of the team, but if I was ever against her 1-on-1, it wasn't an issue.
Real quick. I'm sorry. I'm going to derail it again. You just heard Gorgon on our show. It was awesome. It was fun to have him on. It's going to be fun to have him on once a week. There's some things that we need to clear up. Cloud9 is 83% in the money this year for all events, but 100% in the money for the LAN finals. They won 0 LAN finals this year. So that was just a quick clarification, so stones aren't thrown through our windows.
Yeah, that's right.
But continue.
He wanted to make sure we knew. Yeah. Anyway, so back to the overall original point.
Yes.
Playing a lot of heroes to learn the game. I even though you are now, so I wanted to ask you. You feel like I'm branching out at this point.
I feel like you're fucking improving exponentially, and I am too. We're improving together.
Oh no, yeah, we're on a 7-game win streak together right now.
Yeah, I haven't lost the game in a long time.
Yeah, I'm 14 for 20.
And I just feel I think it's a lot of confidence that's instilled too, because I mean you guys have heard the swings in this show where it's like we're down and we're like all depressed, and like we haven't won a game, and God, I don't even know. It's like the Dust Bowl, like and then we have our like we're gonna fucking make it to pro level here pretty soon. Like we've had like 5 of those swings, but this one is for real because we've been playing the game now for 6 months. About how long? What would you say? 6 months? 5 months? 5 months? 4 months? 5 months?
I don't know.
I think about 5 months because it was like July.
Yeah, I want to say July as well as when we first started picking.
I think it was July because that's when I started doing poorly in a math class.
Oh yeah.
So
that's when
that would probably be the reason.
That's when our studies began to.
That's when it became
detracted from.
But then we're good. Don't worry about us.
We'll be fine, guys.
We'll be fine. I'm gonna get all these Fs expunged. It's gonna be no big deal.
Talk to the dean.
Dean.
Just let him know you got a Dota problem.
No, but anyway, to answer your question, I still agree with what I've always said. I think my opinion has changed a little bit, but the All Hero is a brilliant device to get better quality Dota players. To reward that, I think, or to just give another challenge.
See, and I wouldn't recommend. I actually wouldn't recommend the All Hero to a brand new player.
No, not to a brand new player. Although if you just keep at it and you don't it's gonna suck. Okay. If you are a new player, you played like 10 games, you're not even ranked yet, and you're looking at this All Hero thing that you have, and you're like, no way. Like I've never even heard of Visage. Or like, who is this Templar assassin? I know she has like refraction, but I don't know what that does. Just blow through it. Learn the hero.
Yeah,
in normal matches, do it.
I still feel like that's the worst way you could do it.
I don't know.
I do think specializing or playing like a single or a couple of heroes, a handful at most, is a good way to do it.
I guess
and then still specializing into that position.
Yeah, and I did bring a little bit of skill from StarCraft into Dota.
Sure.
I'm noticing it more and more the better I get at Dota with my shift actions. I'm really good at like telling myself to shift blink somewhere. So I say walk this far and then blink. Right. So like if there's a cliff coming up, I'll tell him to walk to the edge of the cliff or walk to where I feel you'll be able to blink over the ledge and then do that. And then I can be in the shop while my hero's going through all those automations, which helps you a lot. I mean, it takes stress off your mind. You know what I mean? You can be working on other things. And that's what I've brought over. And also, like I was telling you, like, I don't know, micro. If you ever played with Marines in StarCraft, you would know, in StarCraft 2 especially, you would know how vital it is to control them. Because a Baneling will just kill your whole entire army, a couple of them. So you have to know how to, I don't know, general pattern your Marines in such a way where you have minimal losses. So, that's a macro sense. We're playing on a micro sense. But I think that's what I brought over, and that's why, like, Mirana, for some reason, Pudge, and Jakiro, I'm not gloating, but, like, I feel like I'm decent with their arrow, their ice wall, and their hook ability because of certain things. And a little bit of Counter-Strike as well. And just being, I think, generally just thinking about what would I do if I was in their position running away. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
And that's just intuitiveness that you get by playing a lot of Dota.
Yeah, game sense again.
Yeah.
To, hammer that, beat that dead horse.
I'm well over 500 games. My account technically says like 800 or something, 850. But my account was used by a friend initially. Whatever. I'll say I've played 850 games. I don't give a shit. But I had a friend, 3Flow. He didn't have a Steam account, and I downloaded Dota way back when, but hated the game because I thought it was lame, and I was way into StarCraft and was like, why would you just want a micro when you could macro? And then
Until you saw the light.
And he played about, I can't remember, anywhere from 200 to 350 of my games were played by somebody else. So my scats go in the toilet.
Yeah.
My stats are not in the toilet.
Oftentimes in the toilet.
But my stats are skewed, is what I meant to say. In that there are some heroes. Sniper is all me, I'm pretty sure, with the 0 and 9. Never won with Sniper on my account. And
I remember getting that stat from Forge.
And I played a game fairly recently with Sniper, and I'll have to get at least a 1 and 9 because he'll come up on my all
That's
hero.
right. Yeah, you will have to win once.
Hopefully it's a 1 and 9, not a 1 and 10 or a 1 and 11. But anyway, it's gonna be fun to have, to be playing some Snipe when that comes up. But yeah, I'm not good with him, and I don't know if those are all me or not. So I just need more data so I can start to use like an error, basically.
Sure.
In the tuner play.
So I still disagree with you. I think you're better off, on the overarching point, I still think you're better off learning that handful of heroes and doing it in a position. Like, it doesn't even necessarily need to be support, I think, is what I would I would tell people from my or that would differ from my original viewpoint.
I'm going to bring something back from the dead. And that is, I'm adding more to your already big workload, but you need to submit a Dota dissertation on this.
Okay. It's been a minute. It has been a minute.
We haven't done any Dota dissertations. It was our first idea. When we were coming up for this podcast, we came up with Worst Way to Die, and we're like, oh, that'd be hilarious. We'll do a Worst Way to Die, and hopefully we'll get people. First, we'll start with us. And then
and we have several Worst Way to Die submissions that are backlogged. We need to.
Yes, we do.
And we need to go through another batch.
We'll do a Worst Way to Die.
And if
not this episode,
if you want to hit us up for a Worst Way to Die in the interim,
there's a million ways. Through our subreddit, you can. I posted a thing that said submit your worst ways to die here. That's a great way to submit your worst ways to die.
Yeah, that is a great way.
Matter of fact, I'm not going to give Eric a set because I'm not gonna, but I'm gonna read his hilarious Worst Way to Die.
Oh, okay.
And he had a really, really good one that I thought was.
And I will over this next week gen up a Dota dissertation because I do, and we should talk about it maybe more in depth after I do it. But yeah, I want to address head on why I think you should at least start with only a handful of heroes before doing it. And that being said, before we get to Eric's,
sure.
I am going to start the all hero challenge now with
you.
I
know. You got Elder Titan Scaredian. I totally understand.
Yeah.
He's a weird hero.
Yeah.
But what are you on to now? Do you know?
Pugna. Yeah, Pugna.
Another like tough one for me. You have to know where
I'm
to put those
excited to
nether
learn
words.
him.
He's cool.
Yeah,
He's really cool.
because that's one of the supports that I've been meaning to get around to for a while.
He's really good at soaking up creeps. But Eric's Worst Way to Die that I made a little subreddit, or I post in our subreddit, Defense of the Patients.
That we still haven't figured out who generated that subreddit. So if somebody out there would like to take credit for it, we'll have to believe
take credit for making our subreddit. And it almost rhymed. But I am a poet, so you know it. But anyway, so I said, holy shit, we have a subreddit, and I just posted that, like, wow. And Eric replies, Worst Way to Die. Getting a tweet that says .p has a subreddit, getting excited, clicking the link, and forgetting that you're playing Dota and your hero is out of position long enough to be beaten down. Patience defended by remembering how badass the .p crew and guild are. Glad to be a part of it. And I was like, that's a funny worst way to die. It's an ironic first way to die.
Sure.
Also, we have some cool other news on the docket, and that's finally
Roland's favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, my favorite.
An iTunes review.
We mentioned her on the show earlier. I gave out her Twitter. I think it's her because it's the same name. Illogically deducing that.
You're ill prepared today.
I know, and that typing is just so clickety clackety. It's because I have a mechanical keyboard.
Yeah.
But she said it's from HAT. I'm not even going to attempt the name again. HATAKEMAARA or Hakuna Matata, whichever you want.
I think Hatar Kamara.
No, Hakuna Matata. Anyway, she says safe house for beat down noobs. Chemistry. The social kind, not nerds in lab coats, geekiness, and charisma. This show has got it all. Nothing beats a podcast done in a studio, and especially one so friendly and anti-elitist as .p. As a noob on an arduous losing streak, watching my MMR slip through my fingers, it's uplifting to listen to such awesome guys for advice and laughter. Thanks, Roland, Cyphus, and Wazoo. I miss you.
Oh yeah, we do miss Wazoo.
Face.
Wazoo was in here earlier, and we played a couple of games with him and Easy earlier.
Yes,
today.
we did.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Wazoo lives with me. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I'll say it. Wazoo lives with me. It's not like me and Wazoo like went our separate ways after .p or anything like that.
Yeah, Wazoo's still around.
Like
we see a lot of him.
I see him every single day.
Yeah, he just can't record with us.
He can't.
It's just time is an issue for him.
Yeah, he's doing a CS degree, computer science, and he's trying to code shit. And
work a full-time job.
And he's dating right now out in the world of dating. And he's,
Well,
anyway.
Don't give out too much of his. He's gonna be pissed.
He doesn't even listen to these.
Yeah, he'll come back and he'll come back onto the show here.
We may have a Christmas special with Wazoo.
Yeah,
so
something to look forward to.
Yeah. Is it something to look forward to? Anyway, close us out, Cyphus.
Well, real quick though, thanks to Hata for that Hata. I don't know.
Hata. It's Hata.
Hata. Yeah.
Hata.
We're going to go with Hata for short. Thank you for your kind
Hata
review.
Kamada.
That was awesome, and I'm sure that in time we will be able to commiserate with you on a losing streak yet again.
Yes, and
this win streak can only go on for so long.
She added me on Dota, so I invited her to the guild, and I'm sure we'll get a game.
Yeah, we will at some point get a good game with you.
Yeah, but once again, you hear it in our commercials and everything. Leaving these reviews is awesome for us. It shows presence. It helps us grow. It honestly does in a very big way. You showing your support on iTunes. I understand that it's not the most desired program out there and the updates are obnoxious, but if you can get on there and leave us something, I promise you we'll keep doing this.
And for those of you who have an iPhone, you probably have access to it if that's how you're listening to us.
Yeah.
And I think the majority of people are listening to us that way.
And we don't expect anything at all. So don't feel like...
be honest with us. Leave us a good review. We'd love to improve. So
yes, we do.
On that note, I will kill us. Or end us.
But then I wanted to say something. But
okay.
No.
You go. No, please.
End the show.
All right. If you want to find us, it's defenseofthepatients.com. Find us on iTunes, of course, where you can download the show, subscribe to the show, and...
Good luck.
Oh, no, we're not there yet. And leave us a review. We're not there yet.
Oh, I want to do it, though.
Find us on Twitter, at .p_show. You can also find us on Facebook by searching Defense of the Patients. And so this is Cyphus for Gorgon, Easy, and Roland saying
good luck and Godspeed.
Because we're so fucking good.